Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber and I love all things handbag related, with a little bit of emphasis on the brands Vera Bradley and Lug. I also occasionally, but very rarely, do some content related to concealed carry and how that works with all of these beautiful bags that I love. So if any of that sounds good to you, then stick around and let's hang out. For today's video, I thought I would try to do a quick sort of update. I say quick, y'all know me. But a quick sort of update on some of the bags I've shown you over the last probably, I don't know, 9 months to a year. Just some random bags that I haven't really talked about a lot on my channel, but I wanted to give you some updates on them just to let you know how they've been working for me, if I've enjoyed them or not. Let me get into these bag updates. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 bags I'm going to give you an update on. Some of them are newer, some of them are older, some of them are styles that have been long retired, but I didn't pick them up until, sometime within the last year. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 Vera Bradley bags, 1 Lug bag, and then a random Kate Spade bag that I'm going to throw in here. So let's get into it. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but we're supposed to be getting some more storms tonight because seems like that's all that's been going on where I live in Kentucky right now. But we're supposed to be getting some more storms tonight, and the wind is picking up right now ahead of the storms, and it's making my house creak and move, and you know how creepy that gets sometimes when it's late at night and things start moving and making little noises. So if y'all happen to see me do or something really quick, just know I'm a little bit crazy and it's probably the wind. Oh, and also, I promise this is the last time I'm going to say something, then I'll shut up and get into these bags. I promise. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, apologize that I have not replied to so many of your comments. It has been super busy the last week for me. As I said, I recently had my birthday, and I've been really, really busy with cake orders, and my daughter got sick again, and there's just been so many things going on that I do sincerely apologize for not getting back to all of your comments, but I will. So just keep an eye out for that because I will get back to each and every one of you. Alright, so the first bag I want to give y'all an update on is this super adorable little Vera Bradley mini Emma satchel. And this is in the black leather with the blue trim on it, so you can see like all of the little edging details, and on the strap the piping edging details are all blue. So if you've been here a while and y'all remember, I picked this up sometime last year in a ThredUp order. I had purchased my mini Marlowe right here in the Caspian Sea, and I absolutely fell in love with that little bag. And so when I saw this one pop up on ThredUp, I decided to grab it. It was a pretty good price. I can't remember what I paid for this. Somewhere between, I don't know, probably $20 and $35-ish dollars. Somewhere. I don't remember, you guys. I genuinely don't. But I decided to pick it up because it was in great condition. It had no corner wear. It has really no wear on it at all. Like, it's a beautiful bag. So I picked it up and I was super excited for it. I couldn't wait to give it a try. And I've now given it a try. And I have to tell you guys, I've struggled with this one. The way that this bag is designed, I have it stuffed right now. I actually have one of my daughter's masks in there. But the way it's designed, you have an open compartment, a zipper in the middle, and then another open compartment. And these two open sections have little magnetic closures. So let me take the stuffing out and I'll give you a better look at it. Okay, so I've taken all the stuffing out. It does come with the adjustable, removable crossbody strap, and this fits me fine. And with all of the stuffing taken out, you can see how at the top you have your little D-rings. So you have one here, and then one here. So where they're the opposite, like on opposite sides, you can see it almost makes this center zip section set a little bit diagonally or a little bit crooked because these push out. They're on a little, I'm doing a terrible job showing y'all this, but they're on a little leather piece right here. So when the magnets catch, it leaves a little bit of space around those D-rings, and it ends up making the center zip compartment sit a little bit crooked sometimes. Looks pretty straight right now. But these magnets catch right about here. And so to get your bag to close, you essentially only have from like here down that you can put your items in on either of these two open sections. I love the interior of this. It's like a blue coloration of rosewood, if y'all remember that pattern. And it's so incredibly pretty. And it looks spacious. This looks fairly spacious. But once you put a couple of items in on this side, a couple of items on the other side, these magnets don't like to catch if your items are even just a little bit too tall. And then you have the center zip section. And inside this one, again, this looks fairly spacious for a small bag. And you do get, if you can see them there, you get credit card slots. So you have 1, 2, 3 credit card slots in there. So when I used this bag, I made this center zip section my wallet. I put my most used cards, my driver's license, and the 2 cards I use the most in the little card slots. And I put my cash and my other cards in there, you know, just my wallet contents in this center zip section. And then this front part right here, I put my phone, my keys, a hand sanitizer, and my mints. That was it. And then this back section, I tried to put a little pouch, like a little teeny tiny, the little pouch that comes with the stadium crossbodies, if y'all know what I'm talking about. I tried to put that in here as my catch-all. And just those few items that I had in here, the bag was open across the top because the magnets couldn't catch. I couldn't put anything extra in here. Even so much as taking my mask and folding it up and trying to kind of shove it in a corner made it, you know, stick completely open. Like, it just wouldn't catch. So I just struggled. I have struggled so badly with getting my items situated in here. I knew going into it that this bag would be one of those that I would have to really pack strategically. I would have to be really conscious of how I put my items in, where, and how I sat them in there and all of that. And I don't know if I just still haven't figured out the perfect kind of Tetris-y way to put everything in there. But I really have struggled with this one. And see, the difference between this one and my mini Marlowe is that my mini Marlowe is just one open section in here. So I can easily get a small wallet, excuse me, a small wallet, my keys, my phone, my little catch-all pouch, my mask, my sanitizer, a chapstick, you know, any little small extra bits and pieces that I want. I can easily get those in the mini Marlowe because it's not divided up, so there's nothing hindering anything, and I can put bulkier items in here because, you know, there's more width to work with, whereas this one looks, you know, a little bit wider or about the same width, but because of the division of the sections, you really only get maybe an 1.5 inches on each side to work with. So I've just struggled with figuring out how to pack this one to make it really work for me. I still think the bag itself is super cute. I still like it, but if I can't figure out how to make this one work better for me very soon, then I will probably let this one go to someone that doesn't try to pack near as much as I do, because I think that's the problem. I just carry way too much crap, and it just won't fit in this little tiny bag. So my little mini Emma satchel has been a little bit of a struggle so far, but I still think it's super cute. I still think Vera Bradley leather bags were highly underrated. The leather quality is awesome. It's super soft. It feels amazing. It holds up over time. I have quite a few of the Vera Bradley leather bags, and if y'all would like to see a video of all of my leather Vera Bradley bags, then let me know and I'll be more than glad to do that video. I just don't know how many of y'all would actually care about it. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. So just let me know if you're interested. But it's a beautiful bag. It's super cute. It's really comfortable to wear. I think I just might carry too much junk for this bag. Even when I pare down to my bare essentials, I think it might just still be too much for this bag. But that's my update on the super cute little mini Emma satchel that all runs together when I try to say it, and it sounds ridiculous, and I don't know why. But my mini Emma satchel, I've definitely struggled with this one a little bit. Okay, the next bag I want to give y'all an update on is my Vera Bradley factory style ultralight shoulder bag in the cherry blossoms print. So I got this a few months ago during one of the online outlet sales, and I think I told y'all when I showed you this bag that I wasn't 100% sure about it, but I wanted to give it a try. It looked interesting to me, so I wanted to give it a shot. And initially, when I opened it, I was a little hesitant about it, I guess you would say. I didn't know if I was really gonna like it a lot. I've been getting more into shoulder bags. Y'all know that I adore a single shoulder strap, not double shoulder straps. So I decided to pull it out the other day and give it a shot because I still hadn't used it. And I am so incredibly pleasantly surprised by this bag, let me tell you. So the features of this one, if you're not familiar or you didn't see that first video, they're very, very simple. The inside of the bag is your standard 2-in-1, 2 slip pockets, 1 zip pocket. The strap does not go crossbody. It has some adjustability to it, but it's essentially just to make it a shorter or longer shoulder bag. And then the only pocket that you have on the outside of the bag anywhere is, I don't know which side is technically supposed to be the front or the back, because there's no label on this anywhere. There's no tag, there's no label, nothing. It is just the print. But on one side, I guess I would say, you have a vertical zip pocket, not a slip pocket, it's a zip pocket right there. And it goes to about right here. So it's the largest majority of the front panel of your bag. It goes all the way up to the top zip up here, and then goes to about right here on the bottom. So it goes all the way across here and up. I have tried for concealed carry purposes. I can fit my handgun in here, so I really like that. I don't have it in there currently. But that's the only outside pocket that you have. But I think one outside pocket, be it a slip pocket or a zip pocket, is plenty. I know a lot of people like to put their cell phone in an outside pocket, so you do have one exterior pocket on this one. And then as far as the strap goes, you have this little bit of adjustability right here. So like on me, this is at the shortest setting, and you very much just get that slouchy hobo look. But I find at the shortest setting, this is super comfortable. It's at the perfect length for me to just throw it over my shoulder and then rest my arm on the bag and just hold the front of it. It's so incredibly comfortable. And as with all of the ultralight bags, this practically weighs nothing. You know, you're basically only packing the weight of your own items. And I can show you really quickly at the longest setting how it falls on me. So adjusted all the way out as far as it'll go. This is where it hits. So it's not a huge difference, but you know, my arm was about right here before, so you can see it's maybe a 5-inch, 6-inch drop. But if you like a, you know, a lower slung shoulder bag like that, then that's what you'll get. And it's still just that slouchy hobo-esque style. But what I found I really like about it is just how easy it is to use. It's super comfortable, super easy, and one of the things I enjoy the most about this bag, y'all are going to think is absolutely ridiculous, but I absolutely love it. So I've been carrying it like this is the front of the bag. So the zip pocket would be what I would consider the front. And for my concealed carry purposes, if I ever did need to get to my handgun, then carrying it with the zip pocket on the outside, I could easily just zip that down, shove my hand in, and you best believe that if I were ever in the situation that I needed to access it, I would shoot straight through my bag. Like, I wouldn't hesitate to do that if I had to. So accessibility to that, for me personally, is really nice on this bag. But the other thing that y'all are going to think I'm crazy for is I have found with a lot of my bags, so I carry my bags on my right side, the right side of my body. And when I do that, the majority of the bags that I own, if I put the front of the bag facing outward, the zipper starts back here. So if I want to try to keep my bag on my shoulder, unzip it when I get in somewhere to get to my things, I have to unzip it from the back forward. But with this style, if I take this zip pocket and put it toward the outside, like this is the front of the bag, since there's no label or anything like that, then it makes the zipper start in the front for me. And I have found, let me show you, because this is one of the coolest little discoveries I've made in a while, and I'm super excited about it. So this bag shape is, you know, the hobo shape. And, you know, when I go into a store, a gas station, convenience store, whatever it may be, and I want to pay quickly, where the zipper is in the front for me now, I keep my little wallet toward this end of the bag, and then I find when I get in there, I don't even have to unzip the bag all the way. I can literally have it on my shoulder. I can pull the zip down just a little bit, reach in, grab my wallet, do what I need to do, and then just drop it back and zip it up. I never have to take the bag off my shoulder, and I love it. It's so convenient, because before, with the zipper starting back here, I would have to kind of reach back and fiddle with it and pull it forward and then dig around, or you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Just the ease of being able to access my items. And then the other discovery that I made about this bag in particular is this. Check it out. So my bag doesn't look any different. Can't really tell anything different about it. Throw it up on my shoulder. I wiggle it all around. Do whatever. Now look what I just did. I'm going to show you. And I'm even going to tilt this over and shake it to show you. Because of the design of this bag, I have found that a standard water bottle fits perfectly on the end. Right here in the taller section on the end, I can fit a regular standard water bottle and it will stand up. The zipper just snugs it right into this little corner right here. It doesn't move. It's perfect. It's a literal perfection, you guys. It's perfection. So again, when I have it thrown on my shoulder, if I'm doing something, walking around, whatever, and I need a drink, I just pull the zipper down just a little bit, pull my water out, take a drink, and then stick it back in there and zip it back up. And I know that it's secured right in this little section of the bag. And it's just perfect. I absolutely love it. I know that's one of the most ridiculous things to love about a bag, but I'm telling you, the fact that I figured out that my water would sit there perfectly and not move and would stay standing up and I could get to it so easily, it made me love this bag even more. And then if I just kind of give you a peek into my stuff in there, like, I don't have it completely filled by any means, but you can see there's a ton of room in this bag. Now, you can't use super tall items in the center of the bag here, simply because it does have that more slouchy hobo-esque shape. But it's such a good bag that I have not heard many people really talk about. And I've been super impressed with it. So, on the outside where you have that vertical zip pocket, on the inside you have another zip pocket along that back wall. And it's a decent sized zip pocket. I mean, it goes, you know, it's pretty wide zip pocket. And then on the opposite side, you have 2 slip pockets there. And then inside, you just have a bunch of space. It's, like I said, again, it's just super comfortable. It weighs next to nothing. It really only weighs as much as your own items weigh. It has stayed on my shoulder with no issue. I find it super comfortable. This is just a great throw on and go casual hobo style bag. So I have been incredibly, surprisingly impressed with this bag style. If they still have it, which I'm not sure if they do because I don't have a factory outlet store near me, but if they still have this style in other prints or patterns, I really need to get to a factory outlet store because it's been so long. But yeah, if they still have this style in some newer prints or colors, I would love to have this in that sage green. Anyway, I'm getting off traffic. I just said, oh my god, I just said I'm getting off traffic. I'm getting off topic. If they have this style still, I'm definitely gonna get at least one more of these. Because for those days that you just want a sling it on you, throw and go, super casual, easy to use shoulder bag, this is fantastic. I have been so surprisingly impressed with it and so happy with it. So that's the Vera Bradley factory style ultralight shoulder bag, and this one is in the cherry blossoms print. Okay, the next style I want to update y'all on is my Lug Dory medium. So for those of y'all that watch my Lug content, you will recall that I recently purchased 3 of these. I got the black, what is this called? The Ice Pop Rainbow Stitch or something like that. The Blue Moon Ice Pop and the Margarita Ice Pop. And I have already used all 3 of them. No, I'm lying to you. I have not used the Margarita yet because it is a lighter color and I'm kind of terrified to get it dirty. But I've used my blue one and my black one already. And I adore these bags. I absolutely adore them. They, again, are in that little mini tote satchel style that I have been loving so much recently. They're just, that style is just so convenient and so versatile. You can carry it by the top handles. You know, you can shove your arm through there and carry it on the crook of your arm. You can make it a shorter shoulder bag with the adjustable removable strap that comes with it. You can make it crossbody, long shoulder. You can literally carry this bag in any way that you could think of or possibly want to carry it. It has such a good amount of space inside. It's just a great, great medium-sized bag. I love the fact that on the outside of the bag, other than the little charm bar there that I have my clover on, because those of y'all that have been here with me for a while know I'm partial to clovers, but I love that on the outside of the bag there are no pockets that obstruct the look of the bag, that it's just a really crisp, clean silhouette. But then I also love that they put these little hidden pockets in for us on either side of the main zip compartment. I find these really convenient, really handy, really easy to use. I adore this bag. I honestly adore it. I loved the mini dories, but it was kind of one of those things where I always wished that they had just a little bit more room. I thought they were so cute. I loved the silhouette, the style. I just wanted a little bit more space. So when I saw them release the Dory mediums in the winter surprise box, I literally started waiting for the regular ones to get released so I could purchase them. So there are a couple of things that I guess are of note that I want to mention. As much as I love this bag style, and I absolutely love it. One thing that I can tell you, if you are familiar with Lug and you purchase Lug quite often, but maybe you're not familiar with this Matte Luxe vegan leather, I've mentioned it before that this does not feel like leather in any way, shape, or form. It feels like canvas and rubber made something together. It is a rubbery canvas type feel, and I know that that's hard to probably picture without touching it for yourself, but that's the best description I can possibly give. I think it feels fine. I like the way it feels. It's kind of a little bit squishy, but it feels robust. It's comfortable to carry, but it's not like leather in any way, shape, or form. It's not even like vegan leather at all. It's canvas and rubber came together. So because of the material, this is not in the traditional nylon. This material is a little bit heavier. I'm not going to say that it's incredibly heavy, because I don't find it incredibly heavy by any means. But if you are someone that has maybe shoulder issues or neck issues where you can really feel the difference in weight between your bags, I would say venture into this one cautiously, because it is heavier than the traditional Lug bags. The other thing that I would say is of note is that this one comes with a 1.5 inch wide strap. My preference is the 1 inch strap. That's wholeheartedly personal preference. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a ton of y'all absolutely love the 1.5 inch straps. I'm just partial to the 1 inch straps. They fit better on my shoulders. I don't have super wide shoulders, so the 1.5 inch straps tend to just kind of sit funny on me. They're comfortable. They're fine. They just sit funny. So I prefer the 1 inch straps, and this one does come with a 1.5 inch strap. If you're like me and you have several bags, then you could already have a strap that you can just switch out with this. And that's what I do. I just substitute a different strap in. And then the last thing that I would say to really be aware of with this bag, and this is only because I've heard some other people mention it and kind of talk about how it was an issue for them, is these top handles. So let me get closer and show you what I mean. I've heard a lot of people talk about how these handles drive them crazy. And these handles are a little bit unruly. You can see that they have a tendency to want to just flop in kind of right over your main zipper area there. And they stay that way. They don't really move. With my Matte Luxe Alto, the larger kind of bag, I was able to take the shorter handles on it and flip them inside out, and they would stay out. They stood up straight. They didn't flop over the main zipper anymore. And you can kind of do that with this bag too, but I think it ends up looking absolutely ridiculous because they don't lay evenly. They just look ridiculous like that. So you really kind of don't have a lot of options with those unless you can train them to maybe lay flat, or I don't think you could get them to lay flat completely because, you know, you could probably shove them down and put something heavy on there, but I think just because of the material this is made out of, they're just going to have that tendency to come up and over. So I have heard people mention that kind of drives them crazy, that anytime they go to get in this bag, they have to pull the handles out of the way, then unzip it and get in there and do what they need to do. But they constantly have to kind of push those little handles out of the way. Now, I'll just be honest with you, this has not bothered me at all. I don't even think about it whenever the bag is zipped and I need to get into it. I've kind of just gotten the habit of shoving my hand through there, unzipping it, and pulling it open. It's literally not a big deal to me at all. It doesn't bother me in the least. But I do just want to mention it because I have heard other people talk about how it bothered them. So those are the things I would say to keep in mind if you don't have this bag but you're interested in it. That these top handles could potentially drive you crazy if you think it'll bother you how they kind of lay over the zipper area. I look at it as just another anti-theft feature because, you know, pickpocketers are going to have to work through those handles too, you know, not just the zipper. But, so be aware of the top handles if you think that might drive you crazy. Be aware that if you have other lug bags that are not in this particular fabric, that this fabric is a little bit heavier than the traditional nylon. And I'm not talking pounds here, like, you're not looking at a 5-pound bag. It is a difference in probably ounces. I can't say for sure because I don't know 100%. But there is enough of a difference that you can tell it a little bit. So if you have those shoulder or neck issues or anything, you'll want to be aware of that. The strap, again, is a 1.5 inch strap, so that's personal preference. If you don't care for the 1.5 inch, you can obviously switch it out for a different one like I do. And then lastly, just if you're not aware of how this fabric feels, try your best to picture rubber and canvas colliding and making a new material, and that's what this is. It doesn't feel like leather or vegan leather or pleather or PU leather or whatever you may want to call it. In no way, shape, or form does this feel like any version of leather that is out there. So just keep that in mind. I, however, regardless of the things I just told you, I absolutely adore this bag. I love the shape. I love the size. I love the feel. I love how comfortable it is to carry. I love the versatility in how I can carry it. I love that there's room for all of my junk and more. I love that there are no outside pockets on this sticking out. I love the clean silhouette. I love those little hidden pockets on either side of the main zipper compartment. I literally just love this little mini tote satchel bag. This is probably, yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and tell y'all that this is probably my favorite lug style bag that they have produced up to today. And that's saying a lot because there's a lot of lug bags that I really do thoroughly like and enjoy. But I think this is probably my favorite. It's not too big, it's not too small. I can carry it in any way that I want to. This fabric is still water, weather resistant. It has tons of features. I love the silhouette. Like, I love this bag style so much. I'm really hoping that they're still going to release it in the traditional nylon and that I can pick up a couple of my favorite prints in this style. But even if they do release it in the nylon, we'll never know what patterns or colors are coming until they get released. So we'll see. But if they do release it in the nylon, y'all can very much expect to see some more of these show up on my channel. But that's the Lug Dory medium. I've went on and on about it long enough. Clearly you can tell I love this bag. Alright, up next is another Vera Bradley style, and this one is the factory style large on the go in Peacock Garden. So this is another bag that I purchased last year sometime. I want to say this was sometime around my birthday last year as well, but I don't remember. It doesn't matter. They had just brought this style out to the factory outlet stores, and I had heard about it. Again, I don't have a factory outlet store anywhere near me. I don't have a retail store anywhere near me. So my purchases are done over the phone or online, mainly online. But I had heard about this. I had seen a random photo somewhere, and of course it intrigued me, so I had to call up and order one. And when it arrived, I was pretty sure I was gonna like it, but it took me a while to give it a try. And that's because this is a large bag to me personally. I tend to use a medium-sized bag all of the time. That's just my standard, my go-to, what I'm comfortable with. Medium-sized bags tend to hold everything I need them to hold and then a little bit more. Large bags I reserve for longer trips when I need to carry more, or specific occasions when I need to carry more. So it took me a while to get to this style. But once I did, I really enjoyed it. So there's nothing too crazy about this style. Your strap is not removable, but it is fully adjustable. I found myself just slinging it over my shoulder as just a large shoulder bag, but then I did adjust it out to a crossbody at one point, just because I needed to be hands-free. On each side you have a slip pocket that is very large, plenty large enough to fit a regular water bottle. I don't know about, let's see, this is just a big stainless steel cup that I keep my Pepsi Vice in all the time. I don't really think a big cup, well, maybe I'm lying. Yeah, no, you're not going to be able to get your larger kind of, you know, stainless steel cups in there. That's just entirely too tight. But you can absolutely fit a standard water bottle in these end pockets, no problem at all. Along the front here, you have a little bit of a scoop, and this is a very, very large zip pocket. It literally goes the entire front of the bag. So from this seam all the way down, across, and up, this is one large zip pocket. And then the main interior of this bag, you have a full zip closure across the top. And then on the inside, you again have your standard 2-in-1. So against the front of the bag here, so this one has your little Vera Bradley tag right down at the bottom there. And on the front wall of this bag, you have your 2 slip pockets there. And then on the back side, you have a nice sized zip pocket. So the one thing that I found about this bag when I started carrying it is that the way it's sewn together and the way the seams are laid out on this bag, if you can see, there's a seam right here. And then on the back side, there's a seam right here. So if you fill this bag completely full, the zipper isn't designed necessarily to come to a point at the top. It's designed more to kind of flatten out a bit like this and give you more width or more depth across the top, I should say. So it's designed more like this, if that makes sense. You have a seam here and a seam here that will allow the fabric to lay down across the top here, so you have that depth. And you can see that also on the ends of the bag. You see how the end is sewn with this flat part across the top there? And those kind of line up with the seams along the edge to give you that extra width. But it doesn't come to a point with the with the main zipper is all I'm trying to say. So it does have a slouch to it as well. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the factory outlet fabrics aren't quite as thick and plushy as the retail fabrics are. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But overall, this bag is extremely comfortable. It carries an absolute ton. You can wear it as a shoulder bag, and this is where it falls on me, all the way out to a crossbody. It has a really good amount of length to it, so it'll fit nearly anybody. You have a good amount of organization. You have 3 pockets on the outside, 3 on the inside. It has a ton of space. So this one has kind of a dark blue interior, which will make it a little difficult to see. But there's a ton of space in here. I mean, I can fit a tablet in here. You can fit a water bottle. You can fit one of the mini clip folios, the mini clipboard folios that Vera Bradley sells. You could fit a notebook. You could fit nearly anything that you wanted to fit in here, barring like full-size file folders or a laptop. But you might be able to get some smaller sized laptops in here. I'm not sure. The bottom is not hard. It is flexible, but it has some extra something in there to make it a bit firm. It's a good bag. It's a really good bag. It is a larger bag, so if you are someone that likes to carry a larger bag, this would be great for you. Just know that once it is filled, it does like to slouch a bit. So keep that in mind. This is not a super structured bag. Mine looks more structured right now because I've only used it once. And then it's just been on my shelf kind of filed away with all of its brothers and sisters, you know, just hanging out on my shelves up there. But when it is full, it does slouch. It is very comfortable. It's an easy kind of throw on and go, pack all your junk bag. It's a good one. I do really like it. If you like the retail side large on the go, this is extremely similar, but you don't get the back magnetic slip pocket, and you don't get the 2 pockets on the inside that are on each end. So, but it's virtually around the same amount of space. The retail large on the go may be a little bit bigger than this one, but they're fairly close. So, if you like that style, you should like this one as well. It's very comfortable, very easy to carry. I have no complaints. This is a good bag. So that's the Vera Bradley factory style large on the go. Well, it started raining, so if y'all hear that, I apologize. So the next bag I'm going to update y'all on is the Kate Spade Carey medium shoulder bag, I believe is what this one was called. If that's not the correct name, it'll be listed in the description box the correct way. So I'm not sure if I showed this to y'all in an actual dedicated video, or if I just showed it in my contemporary bags video that lasted almost 2 hours. And that was after a lot of editing, because it was way longer than that. But anyway, yeah, I can't remember if I showed this to y'all in another video or just that one. But anywho, this is a bag style that I purchased not too long ago. And when I received it, I realized that I hated this strap. So this is how it initially came to me, where you could double it up like this, and you know, that's fine. The shoulder length on that is totally fine. But you could also drop it down and use it crossbody. But when I drop it down, the crossbody length on me is garbage. It's a boob bag, you know, so the strap was not my favorite. And the bag overall I love. This is a puffy type of leather, and it feels so soft. It feels great. The bag has a little push clasp there, so you just push it in and pull it open. I keep it stuffed so that it doesn't smash in. It is just one large open compartment, which is why I really liked it. There is another zip pocket in there and another, you know, slip pocket, but otherwise it's just a very simple flap bag. But I thought it was really classy looking. I don't have just a plain quilted black flap bag like this, and I just really liked this one, so I ordered it. But as I said, when it arrived, I hated the strap, or the way that the strap was designed, or the length of it, rather, I should say, because it's fine as a shoulder bag, and, you know, I would use it like that. But you know me, I like versatility. I like being able to use things in as many ways as possible. So I did surgery. Come to find out, this strap in particular has 105 individual little chain links. So I counted to the 53rd and I cut it. Yes, I cut this bag. Rather, not the bag. I cut this bag strap in half. So when I did that, let me show you what that allowed me to do. So I just have a gold quick release O-ring on here, and I actually keep 2 on it now. So I just pull the strap out on one side. I connect the quick release O-ring to it, and then this bag has the little hardware fixture across the top there. And now I can just reattach it with the quick release O-ring. So I do that on both sides. Or, just like I showed you in the beginning, I just connected them in the middle where I could still use it the original way that it was sent to me. But if I pull it off and connect it directly on each side, it's now long enough to be a proper length crossbody on me. Super comfortable. I absolutely love it. It's not too high. It's not up here anymore. It hits right at my hip area, which is where I like to carry my crossbodies. But it also allows me to do one other thing with the strap now. For a completely different shoulder length. And this is my preference right now. It again is at that perfect shoulder length where I can just rest my arm on it. It's not too short, it's not too long, and then fairly easily or quickly I can disconnect it again from up here, drop it back down, and connect it for a crossbody length if that's what I need in the moment. Or I can pull the two chains back in and connect them back in the middle if I want a shorter shoulder length or a longer one. So now that I've done surgery on this bag and switched it around and changed it a bit, I absolutely love it, and I am super, super happy with it. I love that this strap, even though it is a chain strap, which truthfully chain straps are not my favorite because you typically don't have a ton of adjustability with them. They're whatever length they come to you at, unless you do what I did and start chopping them up. But they also add a lot of weight to your bag. But for styles like this, where it is like a very simple silhouette, a black flat bag, a chain strap can give these bags an element of class, I guess you would say. It makes them more dressy, more sophisticated, more elegant, what have you. So I can appreciate them for that. This bag is a good size. It does hold all of my necessities. And now that I have adjusted this strap to something that works better for myself, I'm really happy with it. So if you are someone like me that wants one of these type of bags in your collection, but you know that that strap is probably going to be too short for you as well, because you're, curvier or larger or taller or whatever it may be, then give it a try. Maybe buy a cheap bag first and try doing surgery on a cheap bag first before you try on one of these. But don't be afraid to chop your strap up and try it and change it and make it work for you. I've done this so many times at this point, changing my straps or what have you, that it doesn't bother me in the least to start cutting things up at this point, because I know even if I can't get it perfect, I'm not going to completely screw it up, and I can fix it or I can salvage it. So yeah, I really like this bag now that I've given it a little bit of a facelift, I guess you would say. But that's my update on the Kate Spade Carey medium shoulder bag, I think. I don't know. Numbers will be up here in the corner like they always are, and proper names will be in the description box. Alrighty, and then the last bag I want to give you a little bit of an update on for this video is the new style Vera Bradley Franny Crescsent Crossbody, I think is what it's called. It's the Frannie. We all know this is the Frannie. So, long story short, I still love this bag. I still absolutely love and adore this bag. I have heard several people mention that they're just not crazy about this style because it has no outside pockets. And I totally get that, 100%. I enjoy a good outside pocket as much as the next person. But I've really found with this style that it doesn't bother me so much. And I think it's because when it comes to this style in particular, I already know that this is not a huge bag. So I already have it in my mind that I can't quite carry as much in this as I would some of my other bags. So I go ahead and start to downsize a bit before I ever even start to pack it, if that makes sense. So the items that I would put in an outside pocket, like my cell phone, my keys, hand sanitizer, my pocket knife, things like that, I just put them in the middle. And this bag has been super easy to use. It's so cute. You get the longer adjustable removable crossbody strap, and I have found what if I want to wear this crossbody that, this shorter shoulder strap does kind of want to stick up, but I literally just push it to the back and flip it inside out, and it just lays down no problem. It doesn't get in the way. It's not uncomfortable. It doesn't poke me or, you know, right against my body or anything like that. Like, it works fine. I still may go ahead and clip the original D-rings off of these and put my own quick release rings on it, just so I can fully take this strap off if I want to. But I don't know. I think I'll probably just leave it be because, as I said, like, it hasn't been getting in my way or anything like that. It just kind of tucks down in the back. And I've actually found that I like wearing this style as a shoulder bag. It's so cute. It's so tiny. It's just such a cute little moment. Or I do this a lot and I throw it over the crook of my arm. It holds all of my essentials. You know, they're not shoved in there like little sardines. They're comfortable. Like, this bag has more room than I think people kind of think that it does. I'm loving it. You have a huge zip pocket on one side in this bag. Like, it's, you know, 2/3 the length of the bag itself. And then on the other side, you get one really large slip pocket, and sometimes I'll put my phone in that slip pocket just so it's in a, you know, a little bit of a dedicated kind of quick area, because once you unzip it, you can just shove your hand against the wall and you know it's in that pocket. But more often than not, I just kind of chuck my cell phone in the middle of the bag with everything else. Because it's not such a big bag that your items are going to roll all over the place. They pretty much stay where you put them. So, I have thoroughly been enjoying this. And like I mentioned the first time, I don't know what it is about this size and this shape and this silhouette, but it just seems like such a perfect little summer bag to me. I just, you know, it's not warm at all here yet, but with there not being any outside pockets on this, I can just throw it kind of behind me like this, and I don't have to worry about anything falling out of an outside slip pocket. And I love that. There's just something so incredibly cute about this little shoulder bag that you can just kind of throw behind you and just hold on to it and just be about your way. It's not huge, it's not overwhelming, but it's still a good size. I love it. I'm loving this new little Franny bag. I think they're so incredibly cute. I think they're such a great size because it is a smaller bag, but you get the length. And you have some depth with it as well. Like, it's not a completely flat bag. You have a decent amount of depth. And this fabric does give, of course. So, you know, you can absolutely get more in here than you would think. If you haven't seen the video where I packed this up to show you how much it'll fit, then go check that out for sure, because it'll surprise you, I think. But this is just such a cute silhouette. It holds everything that I need. I love that I can wear it on my shoulder, or crossbody, or long shoulder, or I can just throw it in the crook of my arm, or I can just hand carry it if I want to. It's lightweight. It's just so cute. It holds all of my stuff, and I'm pretty sure that at this point I'm just repeating myself over and over again. But yeah, clearly you can tell that I am a fan of the Franny. So yeah, still loving this one just as much as I did when I initially showed it to y'all. So that's my update on the Franny Crescsent Crossbody. So that's it for this one, y'all. I hope that you have enjoyed this. If you were wanting some more information about any of these bags, I hope that I was able to help you get a little bit of that for today. Am I in the middle again now? I don't know. But I hope that regardless, you have enjoyed this video in your own way. Maybe I helped you pass some time while you were working out at the gym or doing dishes or whatever it is that you needed to do. I hope that you've just enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, questions, or you just want to say hello, then as always, please leave me a message down below because I love to chat with you guys, and I will get back and answer each and every one of you all, I promise. So yeah, that's my video for today. Definitely leave me a comment below if you want to, because I love to chat with you guys. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.